Marcus for his post-game outburst. Want to quickly mention just a couple of other quotes because it is worth mentioning. Sometimes you hear things in snippets. Key, being taken out of context. That's the old athlete.
Yeah.
You took me out of context. So let me just mention a couple other things that Jalen said. This is about Smart and the outburst that Malika was talking about. Quote, "That's why we love him. He plays with passion. He's full of fire. And that's what I love about him most, to be honest. He has that desire and that will, and we need him to continue to have that. Who Marcus is, I love him for it. We've got to get ready to come back with that same fire and add it to game 3. Kemba Walker going with the plausible deniability, by the way. Quote, "Nothing happened in the locker room." I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. We'll be fine. Let's talk to Big Perk about it. Kendrick Perkins, of course, a former member of the Boston Celtics, and he joins us this morning on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, our man J. Will, taking the night off. You saw him on the NBA coverage last night. All right, so we laid it all out there. It didn't happen. Malika said it happened. Jaylen Brown said it happened. We need to move past it. What are your thoughts on all this?
Man, y'all couldn't get Jay Will out the bed today. What's up, Keyshawn? What's up, Zubin?
Come on now. No, man.
We talking about the conference finals we in right now. He talking about he want to sleep in. Oh, man,
he had bigger and better things last night than waking up with us this morning, I guess.
Oh, my God. Nah, but listen, look, the Celtics right now are in trouble. When I was watching the game last night, and it was bad body language all across the board. You saw Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They all had bad body language. And the reason being is they, on the offensive end, they are playing my-turn basketball. They're playing my-turn basketball. Here, Kemba, you go do your crossover till you step back and get your couple shots up. Oh, okay, JT, it's your turn. There's no ball movement, no player movement, no body movement. They're taking tough shots. Those shots cannot win you games or win you a series against this stingy Miami Heat defense, especially when they win zone. And on the other end, I strongly believe that the Celtics have lost their defensive identity, except for Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart can't guard everybody. If Jimmy Butler got it going, Marcus Smart guards him. If Goran Dragic got it going, Marcus Smart guards him, and somebody else gets it going. Look, right now the Celtics are playing soft. They're playing cute and sassy. They think that this NBA 2K and the Miami Heat are just bringing the goon status out right now. They're grinding it out. They're just cutting. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're playing physical. Jimmy Butler had 3 steals down the stretch that were crucial. He just wanted it more.
Hey, Big Perk, that locker room chaos, what can come out good of that locker room chaos, if anything at all?
Well, here's the thing. It all depends on, what's going to happen in the next meeting. I saw yesterday that practice was canceled, and they need to have a come-to-Jesus meeting and just air everything out and play agenda-free basketball. See, the problem is now your families their families are now in the bubble. Mm-hmm. So you know how it is, Keyshawn. You go home and your family, some of your family members tell you everything you want to hear. Oh, you should be getting more touches, and Brad should be doing this, instead of telling you what you need to hear. But guess what? On the other end, with the Miami Heat, a lot of those guys don't have their family members there. They locked in and they're focused. The only people that they have is each other. So you could tell by the way that they're playing agenda-free basketball. But it could go 2 ways. The Celtics could either come out and be pointing the finger at each other in Game 3 if things get rocky, or they could come together. I just want to know who's going to be their leader to step up and say something in that locker room. It can't be Enes Kanter. It has to come from not Marcus Smart. It has to come from either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum.
Kendrick Perkins, ESPN NBA analyst, 2008 NBA champion with the Boston Celtics, joining us here this morning on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Perk, let me ask you this. Now, you may think I'm crazy, and people out there listening on the airwaves and watching on TV may think I'm crazy, and then you might think I'm smart because you probably see the same thing being an athlete. The Boston Celtics started this run about 5, maybe 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Isaiah Thomas, we bring in Kyrie, we go out and get Gordon Hayward, we got Marcus Smart, we get picks, we got all these sort of Jaylen Brown, Tatum, all of this, right? The process started probably about 5 years ago.
Correct.
They didn't deliver on theirs. The Celtics have been to the finals 3 out of the last 4 years, the Eastern Conference Final, haven't gotten over the hump. Could the Celtics be a close comparison of what we're seeing in Philadelphia now, where it just may not work and the other teams in the Eastern Conference are going to be getting stronger like the Miami Heat is? We forget about the Nets with Kyrie and KD next year. We don't know exactly what's going to happen in Milwaukee. Maybe Giannis grabs somebody to come with him for a year, or maybe Giannis goes to Miami and now the Celtics miss this window.
Perk, we just got 1 minute.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't disagree with you, but I wouldn't take it that far because the Philadelphia 76ers are just a disaster. They're a tragedy. You know, they haven't even made it to the conference finals. But when you look at this Celtic team, they have a young rising star in Jason Tatum. They got one of the best two-way players in the game in Jaylen Brown, and both of these guys are young. Those two guys are your building pieces. You build around them. Marcus Smart is the culture guy. You can never get rid of him. But I get where you're coming from, but for what they went from last year to the strides that they made this year, I wouldn't say that the process is over. I say that the process is just getting started.
How about that? Great insight from Kendrick Perkins. And when Kendrick was talking about the family members, you should have seen Key, that wide smile, just basically saying, yup.
Everybody in your ear all the time telling you should be this, and you friends, family, not agreeing with what's going on, and it could cloud your mind. It really can.
Yeah, great distinction from Perk that the Miami Heat are all business while some of these other teams are allowing their families in. It's been over 2 months since they've seen him. Perk, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank y'all, fellas. Have a good one.
Man, you should get more shots. Man, they should throw you the ball more. I don't understand why they're using him less. You know, it starts to, even though you're your own person and your own man, it still gets in the way.
There's no question about it. It's a Football Friday. We got plenty of NFL talk on the way, which includes, Key, 4 downs. Key's thoughts on whether Trubisky can really keep it going. Can Carson Wentz bounce back? What can we expect from Lamar? And what can we expect from Cam and Russell